we will go through the last set of properties, that is value, href, and src. And these properties are not available in every element. Say src property is only available in image element. Similarly, value is available in input elements. Say href is only available in anchor tag. These are some special properties that only exist in special elements. So let's go ahead and select an image tag. I'm selecting the image tag and storing in img. If we do dir image, we can go ahead and see their properties. The property that we are looking for is called src. It means what is the source of that image. What if we want to change the source? So we can go ahead and say img.src is equal to a new URL. For the new image, we can go ahead and grab an image from Unsplash and we can put that image here. When we press enter, we'll see the image changed. Similarly, if we select the anchor tag, so I selected the anchor tag, that is this one, and stored it in a variable called a. So now if we click on this element, we can see it takes us to google.com. But what if I want to change the href property? So if we say dir a, we'll see that anchor tag in an object. And to look at the property that we need to change, that there is a href property that is pointing to google.com. So we want to do a.href is equal to altcampus.io. And now if we click on this one, we'll see it is taking us to altcampus. So this is a difference. What we did is change the href property so people can go to different links. Now we'll move our focus to the last topic, that is understanding the input values. So let's go ahead and select this input. Here we can see we have different kinds of input element. Input of type text, of type checkbox, and range. So this is our text, this is our checkbox, and this is range. Let's go ahead and select the first element, that is text input. And here if we say input, we'll get the first input element and we can just find this one. But however, we want to be specific. You can also go and do something like this. Type is equal to text. And what will happen with this is, like, if we look at text, it will give us the input element which has a type of text. So now if we do dir text input, we'll see, so right now here there is no value. So let's just figure out where that lives. So we can see value is empty. But how about I go ahead and type something, testing, and we check it again. Now if we see that the value gets updated as soon as you start typing in it. So I want to change the value. So what I can do is I can say text input dot value is equal to hello input, and we'll see that gets updated here. Using the value property, you can change the text in an input box. Similarly, if we go ahead and select checkbox, so here using this property, I'm selecting the first input of type checkbox. Not only type, you can do any attribute here. Say for example, here the placeholder is enter your name, you can also write that. So I selected this element and we can just go ahead and say dir checkbox. We can see the properties here. It also has a value property that says on. How about just clicking on it and checking it again? Even now the value is on. So we cannot understand whether it is checked or not using value property in checkbox. So there is a special property in input of type checkbox that is checked, and that gives you true or false based on whether it is clicked or not. So here we can see, so right now when it was selected, checked value was true. But now we removed it. Let's go ahead and see the value now. So here we can see the value changed from true to false. So similarly, that is the same case with range element. We can go ahead and say let range is equal to document.querySelector input of type range. We can see we have the same element. Now if we look at dir range, I'm looking for that value. What is the value of it? So here we can see the value is 50 right now. There is another value also known as valueAsNumber. So value gives you string data type, but valueAsNumber gives you number data type. What if I go ahead and change that value? Range.value is equal to 75. Then we'll see it increased. Similarly, what if we go ahead and say 5? So it is coming down. So from here, using this value property, we can change the value of a range, input box, or a checkbox. Using src property, we can change the image. Using href property, we can change the link and anchor tag goes to. So these are the properties that we will be using. To manipulate the DOM.